Hello gamers, welcome back to Phalantis Plays. Today we've got a little bit of a different episode. Over the weekend we had Exile Con where I didn't know they were going to do this. They announced the next expansion. So yeah, I just thought they were going to talk about Path of Exile 2 and they were going to say, "Oh, we're going to announce this later on." Yeah, I didn't know they were going to do the expansion then. So we're going to talk about that today, talk a little bit about our Leaguestart plans, maybe do a little testing on Path of Exile, see what we might be doing for the next league. So, first things first, let's take a look at the introduction and see what's going to be going on with the expansion. I just for to get this kind of out of the way, I want to talk a little bit about Path of Exile 2. I saw a little bit about it. I am a bit excited about it, a bit disappointed about the announcement that it's going to be a separate game and not going to be the same end game. I think it opens up them. I understand why it opens them up to a lot more options of what they can do. But it's also, for me, just not quite as cool because Path of Exile 1 is not going to be... It was changing a lot of things in Path of Exile 1 so it could go into Path of Exile 2. And now those things are not... those changes didn't need to be made. And I think a lot of those changes were a bit more detrimental to the game. So yeah, that was kind of a little bit of a letdown, but I think they kind of made up for it with the announcement for Trial of the Ancestors. So we're gonna take a look at that and have some reaction and yeah, let's go. Oh wait, hold on. Ha ha ha, it's not, for some reason my sound is not working. Hold on. There we go. There we go, let's see. I just want to make sure. I'm just going to do this. I think that...
On August 18th.
There we go.
Let's watch the trailer for Path of Exile, Trial of the Ancestors.
Souls such as yours do not go quietly into the night.
Oh yeah, I sped it up a little bit sped up. 1.75. I'll make it a little bit slower.
They thirst for battle. They yearn to prove themselves. Welcome to the halls of the dead. Earn your place among us. Under Hinicora's watchful eye.
This is cool. I guess this is an auto battler, which is kind of cool. I like strategy things. I'm mostly interested in the rewards,
your
though.
Metal against the greatest warriors who ever lived. Prove yourself in the trial of the ancestors.
I think it will be fun. I hope the trials aren't too long. Okay, wait a second. Looks like we got unique belts we can get. So these things are what I'm really interested in. These are tattoos. We'll take a look at some of those later. Get skill gems, currency, random gems. So it's going to be pretty random for the rewards. Yeah, those new Atlas Keystones look interesting too. And some of the support gems.
In the end,
revamps
only
are a
one
bit
can become champion.
underwhelming.
Will it be you?
Take a look at those as they come up.
In the Kurui Afterlife, the fallen chieftains of each tribe participate in a tournament called the Trial of the Ancestors.
This is
You will
awesome.
journey to the afterlife,
The
assemble your
concept
own
is
team,
awesome.
and enter
I
the
love
tournament
it.
to battle those chieftains and earn valuable rewards. As you play through areas in the Ancestor Challenge League, you'll find tradable silver coins. Using them will take you to the Kurui Afterlife, where you will encounter Navali, who you may remember from the Prophecy League. Each coin
Oh
allows you to
yeah, Navali. I didn't realize this when this happened. Navali's back. Okay, and the silver coins. Ah,
play a
nice.
match of the tournament.
Okay.
You start the tournament with a basic team consisting of 3 warriors. The tournament is double elimination, meaning you're allowed to have 1 loss without consequence. A second loss eliminates you from the tournament. Your team will compete against 10 other tribes, and you choose who you're going to challenge next out of the teams left in the tournament. When you start a match, you see the configuration of the enemy team and get to place your team of warriors on the battlefield to challenge theirs.
I'm interested in seeing how this works out. If you can just go and then start a tournament anytime that you want, and you can just farm the tournaments, that would be pretty cool.
You and your party
I think you would get like what 1 coin per area then
of
maybe.
exiles will play alongside your warriors. So while this league does have many elements of an auto-battler, you're right there fighting alongside them. During a match, when a warrior dies, they respawn at their totem after a short time. If their totem is
And I have no idea how this works in multiplayer. It could be really good in multiplayer. We just sweep tournaments and then get a bunch
destroyed,
of rewards.
then they are instantly killed and can't respawn. The team that destroys all of the opposing totems wins. If you're playing a hardcore character though, don't worry. Hinakora, the goddess of death, is watching over you and will restore your soul to your body, so you can't permanently die in the afterlife. Like that. In the Trial of the Ancestors, strategy and tactics are key. Every unit has its own strengths and weaknesses that must be utilized to win matches.
This is cool.
The turtle is really slow and really tanky. It's perfect for either defensive positioning to stop flankers or offensive positioning to tank hits for you if you're pushing through the middle. It's not great in the center or flank positions due to its slow movement speed. The Tuatara is a quick and deceptive unit, which is relatively well balanced for all positions. This version of the Tuatara has a stealth ability, which makes it perfect for the flanking position to sneak through enemy defenses and take out unprotected totems from the side. The Goliath of Night is a disruptor unit, and it's ideally placed in a center position to intercept enemies that are chasing you. You can also allocate it to defenses so that it disrupts enemies that are trying to kill your totems by stunning them. So in this match here, we've set up a Tuatara in a flanking position, a turtle on defense to guard our totems, and a Goliath to follow us as we attack up the middle. Our plan is to work with the Goliath to distract the enemy front line so the flanking Tuatara can get through and destroy some of their totems.
Now, I'm not sure if any of our, like, if we have to choose a certain position or if our skills matter at all, though. Yeah, that's weird. I'm not sure how that works.
Teamwork. Upon winning a match, you earn favor and other rewards. I'll talk about the other rewards shortly, there are a lot. You have a separate amount of favor with each tribe, and you can spend it by talking to their chieftain to recruit warriors and purchase field items and equipment that your team can use.
And that's cool.
Each tribe has specific specialities. For example, Hinakora's tribe manipulates life and death. Rongo Kurai's tribe is slow and tanky, with an emphasis on stuns and knockbacks. You can recruit warriors from many different tribes and mix and match them together into your team based on what you need.
Nice.
Field items are items that are placed on the battlefield and can be activated during the match to, for example, revive a warrior or heal your entire team. If a field item isn't consumed within a match, it persists onto the next match. But your warriors, their equipment, and your field items all wiped between tournaments. You enter each tournament fresh. Your success in a tournament updates your overall ranking, which helps you in better rewards and subsequent ones. Speaking of rewards,
that's the key there. You get a really high ranking, and then you get better and better rewards. At the end, you might just be able to get it at the end of every tournament. Just get divines.
let's discuss the good part. What you can earn for succeeding at the Trial of the Ancestors. You can tell this gets me excited. Okay. You get a reward as you win each round of the tournament, and these rewards are visible when you're selecting which tribe you want to play against. They'll help inform your decision, as some of them are regular rewards, and some of them.
See, this is the coolest thing ever. Not ever, but this is the coolest thing in this game. It really is going to allow min-maxing.
Are exclusive new rewards you can only get from the Trial of the Ancestors. I'm literally tripping over my words to get to the part where I can explain tattoos. Okay. The Ancestors reward you with special tattoos that are not applied to your skin, but they're engraved on your soul. This process can transform what your attribute skills on the passive tree do, basically the attribute highway nodes generally. The regular ones can only be applied to basic attribute skills and allow you to convert your tree's attribute highways into something more useful for you. For example, this one converts a small dexterity skill into movement speed. Each tribe has its own exclusive passive tattoos. This tattoo converts a small strength skill into additional fire resistance. This one converts a small intelligence skill into additional lightning damage. And this one converts a small strength skill into one that summons a minion when you take a savage hit from a unique enemy. But don't go overboard on the number of skills you convert with tattoos, as you'll probably need at least some of your attributes left to equip items. Each of the 10 tribes has an exclusive unique item that you can earn.
This is going to completely replace Com's Heart. Com's Heart is just now not as good. Yeah, because doesn't. Has sockets. So yeah.
These rarely show up as rewards for defeating that tribe in a match. Katava's Hunger is a unique majestic place that you can earn by defeating the Katava tribe. As you can see, it grants an immense
900
amount of
life
life for a
is
single
no
item, providing you don't
small
have any
amount
life
of
on any other
life.
pieces of your equipment. While it is tricky to accomplish, it also
Pretty
frees up all
insane,
those other potential
actually.
life slots to be something else that benefits your build, making it pure upside. This amulet is a unique item you can earn by defeating the Arohongui tribe. It has the powerful effect of causing your flasks to instantly recover life and mana whenever you're low. This could potentially be a powerful panic button, or maybe you want to build around permanently being on low life or mana, so all of your flask usage is instant. If you manage to win the entire tournament, you'll not only receive the reward for the final match, but Hinokora will also give you a choice of 3 additional... Of 3 additional exclusive items. Let's have a look at some of the things you may be offered. First up, there are 4 unique items that exclusively come from Hinokora for completing the tournament. This belt, for example, lists a plethora of really powerful properties, both beneficial and detrimental. While you're wearing the belt, the property shifts around every 5 seconds. You never know what's going to happen next. Will you always crit, always evade, never evade? Maybe you're able to find some ways to build around the detrimental effects to create as much upside as possible. Hinokora also has a selection of special, more advanced passive tree tattoos that you can only receive from her. This one transforms a...
This is amazing. This is ridiculous. I mean, you're limited to 1 notable tattoo per attribute. So this means there's going to be other notable tattoos. Probably going to be +1 to all dex gems and +1 to all strength gems. But there are probably more.
30 intelligence notable attribute skill into one that increases the level of all of your intelligence gems. You're only allowed 1 copy of the specific attribute combination tattoo on a tree. Hinokora can also award you with a new type of item called an omen. These are small items that sit in your inventory until a condition is met, at which point they are consumed, and something happens. In this case, when you reach 25% life, your flasks are all replenished. Now don't worry, each player can only consume 1 omen per combat area, so you don't have any reason to fill your entire inventory.
Interesting concept.
This one creates a portal on death.
This one's the best one, probably.
We made it for me. It won't try to save your life, but it will save you some time. This one grants you Soul Eater when you level up. It's definitely worth carrying around for that occasional massive power boost. Omens are tradable but hard to get, so use them carefully. I shudder to think about how much this one is going to be worth in the presence of a...
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of cash. This is going to be a lot. Actually, maybe not, because they do have a lot of the uniques. This one, I think, probably best to save, actually, because what you can do is you can take the Crucible stuff that people made, and they just weren't able to get their unique, and then they'll be able to pop it on. It's going to be worth it for some things, axes and whatnot. A couple items that only have 1 unique. But yeah, I don't know how much.
Those incredibly rare unique weapons from 320. Now note, going off script again here, back in the day, when we had stuff like the Prophecy and so on that let you upgrade to rare forcibly on a specific base type, we had to block the good items by putting crap uniques on the, sorry, I meant upgrade to unique. We put crap uniques on that base type so that you couldn't get it every time.
Yeah.
Well, we stopped doing that. So a lot of the uniques that were upgraded in 320 are just the only thing on the base type. So items like this let you deterministically get something quite valuable, hence they are quite rare. The most exciting one, though. Finally, Hinokora can offer you a lock of her hair. This is a very special currency item.
This is ridiculous. This is going to be worth multiple divines, probably, because being able to foresee currency, like what's going to happen, especially when you're slamming, because then you'll use it. Oh, it's not this one. Then you'll be able to do some small thing that you can craft away, and then you can try doing a slam again.
Item that lets you foresee the result of using another currency item to craft something.
Cheaper,
this means, for example, you can know
slamming.
whether it's worth exalting your item, because you'll know exactly what the outcome is. Hinokora's lock will slot in.
Yeah, you might be able to do something like lock everything and then use a Chaos Orb, and then you can use this again.
Into your crafting pipeline with powerful consequences. The Trial of the Ancestors offers a wide selection of valuable new rewards as you complete matches and tournaments. We really look forward to seeing what strategies you develop for building, equipping,
this is going to be interesting. I'm not sure. It's really weird.
That's the new Challenge League, but Path of Exile expansions contain more than just a new league every 3 months. In each update, we also augment Path of Exile's endgame and shift the metagame with new gems and balance changes. This expansion is no exception. I'm going to explain the other changes in a medium amount of detail. I'm conscious that we have both new and existing players. For new players, I'm going to try to include some extra content to help make the changes more understandable. You can find out all the detail in the patch notes and other information we'll be posting in the few weeks before release. Let's start with how the Trial of the Ancestors expansion expands Path of Exile's endgame. In December last year, we released an expansion called The Forbidden Sanctum, which introduced the Sanctum Challenge League. This league was a roguelike game set within
I
Path of
hated
Exile, where you would
this
randomly
league.
explore the randomly generated
I
Sanctum one room at a
hated
time,
everything
alongside your
about
regular
this
play.
league. I thought
You'd
it
pick
was
which rooms you wanted to
awful.
explore out of several
I
options,
was
and accumulate
not a
individual
fan of the
moves and detrimental
Sanctum.
afflictions that made your run easier and harder, respectively.
I was
Not only
not a
did
fan
Sanctum
of
work
fighting
really
the
well as a league, but it
monsters
also
in
had the potential to be
Sanctum.
added to Path of Exile as part of its core endgame content, alongside systems like mapping, delve, and heist.
Yeah.
Well, in this expansion, the Forbidden Sanctum is back.
Okay. Did you fix it?
I've really been looking forward to this one. We're reintroducing the Sanctum as core content in Path of Exile's endgame.
Did you
You'll
fix
initially
it?
meet Divinia, the Sanctum NPC, in Act 10. Sanctums are now tradable items that you can find while playing maps in the endgame. A Forbidden Tome represents a whole floor of the
This
Sanctum.
is exactly what they should have done from the beginning. From the beginning.
And its rooms can be played back to back, or you can take breaks between them and do something else if you choose. Upon successfully completing that Sanctum floor, the next floor is generated as a tradable item with all of the state of your Sanctum run built in. This means that the item stores what boons and afflictions you had, what rewards you've locked in, and how much resolve you have.
It should have been like this from the beginning. Why didn't they make it like this in the
You can then
beginning?
either play this floor or trade it to someone else if it feels more beneficial. For example, let's say you manage to lock in a really valuable reward. The example here is a Mirror of Calandra, but you'll also notice that... Do I have a laser pointer? It doesn't work on the board. Okay, one resolve. This is an example here where the player has a very good reward locked in, but a massive pile of dangerous afflictions and only one resolve on them. If you don't feel capable
Trading
of
these
placing
is
your
going to be
Sanctum at this
weird,
point,
though.
then it would normally be a write-off, right? If you gave this to me, no way am I getting that mirror. But you can now trade the Sanctum state to someone else who is willing to pay for the chance to earn the mirror, or lose it. And you can look at expected value in economics, right? It's worth some percentage of that mirror. So you trade it for like 5 chaos to someone, they run it and lose their chaos. Your relics, which act as passive bonuses within the Sanctum, are locked in for the run when you start the first floor and can't be changed for the rest of the run. Speaking of relics, they're now tradable and have been rebalanced around us.
Excellent. Wonderful. Yes, tradable. See, why weren't they tradable in the beginning? That it never made any sense to me.
To those of you wondering, we've decided against bringing back Sanctified Relics for now.
Okay, that's
A complete
fine.
Sanctum run now requires killing the final boss, Lycia, in both her first and second form. She will always drop a unique relic, and these have been reworked and replaced as we rebalance everything.
That's
An
fine.
important aspect of the new Sanctum balance is that your primary defenses now have some effect on protecting your
Wonderful.
resolve.
All
Your
the
armor
things
allows
that
you
I
to
didn't
mitigate
like
resolve
about
loss,
it,
and your
they
evasion
fixed.
grants you
So
a
I
chance
might
to avoid
actually be
resolve loss
playing
entirely, a lot like how
Sanctum
armor
this
evasion works.
league.
Your Energy Shield grants you Resolve Aegis, which is a mechanic that works similarly to how Energy Shield behaves for life. In light of the new defensive opportunities and learnings from the original Challenge League, we've rebalanced the difficulty of Sanctum, especially in later floors, and have worked to add more monster and room variety to runs. We've added new boons and afflictions themed around the new defensive mechanics, and have rebalanced many of the other ones. Like other optional endgame systems that involve tradable items, players who don't want to play Sanctum can trade their Sanctums to other players in exchange for an item or currency that benefits them more.
Yeah.
Successful Sanctum play can generate a lot of rewards. It'll potentially be possible to build characters dedicated to Sanctum running and just farm Sanctums repeatedly in order to profit. Sanctum isn't the only improvement the Trial of the Ancestors brings to Path of Exile's endgame. We're also introducing 16 new Atlas Keystone passives to the Atlas passive tree. As a quick summary for new players joining us, the Atlas tree is a system that allows you to customize your endgame experience in Path of Exile. As you complete different maps, you gain skill points that can be allocated to the tree. You could use these points to modify the behavior of different content
It was
you encounter
awesome
in
when they
maps to make it
introduced
more
this.
difficult
This is
or more
probably
rewarding,
one
or
of
to
the
behave
best
entirely differently.
upgrades
The system
they did
allows
to
you
the
to double
game.
down on the content you enjoy and avoid content you don't.
Yep. Good.
Keystones are really impactful passives that totally change your endgame systems
Yeah, the
behave.
growing hordes
Usually
is
they
nice.
Usually they have an element of give and take, and require you to come up with new strategies to take advantage of them. Each of these 16 new Atlas Keystones changes how you might interact with Path of Exile's endgame.
I can't believe that's a lot of new
We will reveal the rest
Keystones.
of them before the release of Trial of the Ancestors in a few weeks. Extreme Archaeology completely changes how you play Expedition Encounter.
Okay, this might actually make me want to play Expedition. This one change, because I hated doing all the little... I can just say, oh, which one's the biggest area? That one, boom, all good.
Instead of placing a series of regular explosives, you now place one gigantic explosive.
Awesome.
Every single chest or monster in a blast radius is affected by every remnant in that radius.
Okay, good. Yep, good. And boom. Okay. Sounds good. I would probably take it's so much
Speaker of the
faster.
Dead makes it so that tormented spirits can possess you rather than
Okay.
possessing monsters.
That's kind of interesting. This is sort of a...
Boosting your stats instead. While possessed, you can touch monsters just like a spirit can, making them stronger and more...
Yeah, so it's kind of like a mini Sentinel.
It's kind of getting silly at this point, isn't it? Blight is like a tower defense minigame inside Path of Exile.
This is cool. I like that they made it so that the towers are better.
Cassia's Pride Keystone makes
I'm
it so
not a
that
big-
Blight monsters
I'm not
take
a huge
significantly
fan
less
of
damage from
Blight,
players and
but,
significantly
yeah.
more damage from Blight towers. This basically lets you go all in playing it like an actual tower defense game. Because we can.
That's cool.
Lucid Dreams
Yeah.
makes it so that Valside areas in your maps are no longer corrupted.
This
meaning
is
you can use currency
interesting.
items to change their mods.
This makes Valside areas possibly really good to put in maps.
That's right. When you encounter a Val side area, the keystone lets you craft it.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet, because...
Yeah, so we rebalanced the side area mods, we've improved reward outcomes, and we've made the downside mods a bit more punishing, you know, just to make it interesting if you try to go for the good outcomes. You may also rarely encounter a unique Val side area.
Yeah, the unique Val side area is kind of what I want to check out.
Destructive play makes it so that the Maven will summon between 1 and 3 extra random map bosses when you are fighting witness map bosses.
Maven summons 1 to 3 additional bosses when witnessing map bosses. Oh, that's awesome! So now you don't need to do a bunch.
Keystone is analogous to the Eldritch Altar keystones that make those influences.
Yeah, so now that the Maven, you can do a Maven runs might be
it's
worth
more difficult, but more rewarding.
Maven runs might be
worth it.
There
are another 11 new keystones that we'll reveal over the next few weeks. Together, these...
Okay, what is going on with this tree here? This looks like... Yeah, let's just take a look for a second. This is what they're thinking. Okay, so there's another route up to the middle here. This used to be its own little thing here for operative chests. Maybe they moved that to something else. It looks like, oh, they did this whole area, redid this whole area here. It looks like the shaping, the valley, like the shaping ones are gone now. They did something here. The keystones, keep in mind also that this is going to make the grand design, make it so that you can have even more. Oh wait, no, it's not the. It won't. Never mind. Because it's not keystone.
16 keystones.
Yeah. What else is different here? Yeah, it looks like, you know, the beginning's kind of the same. They still got these. These are nice. These keystones are nice. This, I'm not sure. It looks like they moved maybe these two shaping the whatevers into this one area here. So you're probably just going to be able to get all the extra map nodes here, which is going to be nice. And that way you can just kind of go whichever. That looks like the tower defense keystone. This looks like the keystone that's going to be for being haunted. What other keystones? Oh, it looks like they've got some more keystones for... What is this? This is Legion. They've got another keystone for Legion here. Couple keystones for Legion. Looks like they've got a keystone. They added a keystone for Harvest, which might make it even better. That's nice. I'm trying to see where the keystone is for the... I thought they would just add it here. For the... Oh no, here it is. This is the keystone for the big explosion. Oh, that's a nice place for it too. It doesn't look like... Doesn't look like Bestiary got one. Oh no, here. Yeah, Bestiary got one. So it looks like they're doing them for all the different leagues. Interesting. Very interesting.
I mean that regardless of how you enjoy your maps, you'll have plenty of new ways to play Path of Exile's endgame in this expansion. And I should note, in the initial draft of the keynote, I painstakingly went through every single keystone. It took like 10 minutes. But we'll put them in the news to save you some time here. In the Trial of the Ancestors expansion, we're shifting Path of Exile's metagame in several ways. The first is by introducing 14 new support gems, which are designed to take existing categories of skills and provide entirely new ways to play them.
What is
the
this?
First is by introducing time here. In the Trial of the Ancestors expansion, we're shifting Path of Exile's metagame in several ways. The first is by introducing 14 new support gems, which are designed to take existing categories of skills and provide entirely new ways to play them. For full information, check the final gem hovers when we post them in the next few weeks. Let's have a look at a handful of these support gems now.
Okay, support gems, but what about skill gems?
Usually buff your party, but
this
directly hurt monsters. The Corrupting Cry support gem turns war cries into damage-dealing skills by making them inflict corrupted blood on
this is awesome.
Monsters affected by the war cry or by your attacks that it exerts.
This is awesome. This is so cool. I'm gonna be making a character based on. I wanted to make a character based on this. This is Corey, buddy. If you're watching, this was a support gem made for you, just for you. I want to do this so bad.
The Returning Projectile support gem causes projectiles from supported skills.
This is nice because it's not just attack skills, it's all skills.
To return to you, piercing all targets but dealing a little less damage.
A little less filthy.
I think there's another example too. The Fresh Meat support gem causes minions created by supported gems to gain adrenaline, critical strike chance, and critical strike damage for a duration after they're first summoned. So you've got to work out a way to keep refreshing your minions.
Interesting.
That makes them a lot more powerful. The Flamewood support gem causes totems to trigger projectile mortars at enemies that hit them. This is particularly synergistic with totems that can taunt enemies, such as Decoy Totem, or one of the new Chieftain Ascendancy skills that I might talk about shortly.
And not really interested in
Sacrifice
totems.
Support gem works on spells that you either cast yourself or through totems. These spells now sacrifice a percentage of your current life or the totem's life to gain additional chaos damage based on how much life was sacrificed.
That's interesting.
The Frigid Bond support gem affects link skills and causes a cold mist to come over them. Enemies caught in the beam are chilled and dealt cold damage over time. This creates a new tool for a cold damage over time build requiring strategic placement of both yourself and your linked ally.
Yeah, stuff like this might actually make link skills good for group play now. Currently, it's not good, but it might be good enough.
The Locust Mine support gem looks OP and affects attack skills that use bows and wands. Instead of directly using the supported skill, you throw mines in an arc that use that skill for you, targeting your location when you detonate them. In addition to these gems, there are another 7 that we'll be revealing over the next few weeks. In addition to the 14 new support gems, our balance work for the Trial of the Ancestors involved us revamping 2 Ascendancy classes. These are the subclasses that you can specialize in as you play through Path of Exile's campaign. Each main character class has 3 Ascendancy classes available. In the last expansion, Crucible, we overhauled the Pathfinder and Saboteur. This time, it's the Guardian and Chieftain, which is...
Yeah, what did they do? The Pathfinder turned out really well. Saboteur, they nerfed a bit.
Specializations.
So Guardian and Chieftain, these are 2 of the least played... 2 of the least played ascendancies in the game. Like if we just go to the builds for Crucible, yeah, the only ones that were less are Gladiator. That was the latest snapshot. Let's start just week 1. Yeah, Chieftain is even below Gladiator. In this one, Guardian's a little bit higher in week 1, but yeah, they're always going to be in like the last 5. There's some niche things that you can do with Berserker and Assassin. Gladiator got nerfed hard, and a couple leagues ago, like 4 leagues ago, maybe. Yeah, but Chieftain hasn't been very good for a while. Neither has Guardian. Okay, let's go back and see what they did.
Of the Templar and Marauders, respectively. While we were very happy with the theme of the Guardian, it was falling behind the power level and popularity of other Ascendancy classes. Our changes in this expansion have modernized the class and will present you with more relevant build opportunities than before. Brace yourself. Okay,
let's take a look at these. Unwavering Faith. Auras from your skills grant increased life recovery rate, mana, and energy shield to you and your allies. Of life, mana, and... So increase 5% of all of your main skills. Okay. Let's take a look at the old one. If we come over here, we take a look at the old Unwavering Faith. This is auras, grant physical damage reduction. So seems like a buff. Seems like a buff. Okay, what's the next one? Elemental damage with hits dealt by allies between you and linked targets is lucky. So they have to be be between you and a length target, and then the damage is lucky. Allies between you and linked targets have +5 to all maximum elemental resistances. Enemies cannot apply elemental ailments. This seems dumb. What was the other one? I mean, it's too niche, and it requires too much positioning. So let's see the other one. It was nearby enemies cannot gain power, frenzy, endurance charges. Cool. You and nearby parties share power with each other. Get chance to gain on it. This seemed like, yeah, that seems like it's more useful. I still don't think anybody would use this. Probably not, unless they're doing some big thing with like one person is building up huge amounts of charges for some reason, and another person is like spending them for some reason. Okay, so let's see. Bastion of Hope. If you're attacked recently, you and nearby allies have a 25% chance to block attack damage. If you've got the spell recently, you have 25% chance to block spell damage. The old one is 50% chance to block attack damage for 2 seconds every 5 seconds. This is really complicated. It's sort of like split the damage. It seems like this one was better, though. So it seems like a nerf overall for that skill. Let's see. Unwavering Crusade. 25% chance to trigger level 20 summon Elemental Relic. No idea what Elemental Relic is. I looked earlier, and there's nothing online about it. The old one is nearby allies have increased attack, cast, and movement speed, increased AoE, intimidate enemies, and unnerve enemies. So this is a pretty good node. Now we'll see Elemental Relic. It's got to be pretty boss if it's gonna be good. Let's see. Radiant Crusade, level 20 summons element, Sentinel of Radiance. Don't know what that is. Old one was Onslaught, more damage. So it better be pretty good, because yeah, 20 all res, Onslaught, and 10% more damage was I hope it gives you and all your allies onslaughts, and then also gives you 10% more damage, and maybe it's got like some elemental resistance thing on it. I'm not sure, but yeah. Time of Need. This is stupid. Every maybe like every 4 seconds regenerate 100% of life over 1 second. Okay, cool. But the top line is dumb. 4 seconds? That's huge in this game. 4 seconds? No, that's too slow. I mean, unless you can figure out a way to become immune to everything for 4 seconds, and then it like, oh, something's happening, I'm immune, and then, for 4 seconds, and then it falls off. Maybe. What was the old one? Yeah, 80% reduce effective curses on you. Regenerate 30% of life. That's way better. Way better. The 80% reduced of all curses on you. That's really good. Radiant Faith, armor equal 25% of your reserve mana to you and your allies. Energy shield, 10% of your reserve mana. Okay. Old one was armor 100%. 60% of your reserve life. You and nearby allies. Okay. So now it's all just based on mana instead of life. The second one was the same. Yeah. Okay, and then we already did Unwavering Faith. So this seems kind of like not It seems like not such a good. We'll see what these summons are. If they're really awesome, then maybe you can make a Guardian Summoner. But we're going to have to see these stats on these before we make any determinations.
Path of Exile 102. Harmony of Purpose can power up parties using link skills. Time of Need now completely cleanses and heals you every 4 seconds. Radiant and Unwavering Crusade both fully embrace the Holy Summon.
This should probably be 3 seconds at max. Like 4 seconds is just
giving you access to some exciting new types of minions that are exclusive to the
3 seconds might even be a little.
We have this picture on the announcement page, pathofexile.com/ancestor for you to scrutinize. Next. While the Guardian's revamp was similar to that of the Pathfinder, the Chieftain has received the Saboteur treatment. To be honest, we were unhappy about many aspects of this Ascendancy class in its old form, and so we have completely redesigned it. You can play it now. It's basically an entirely new Ascendancy class with the same name and art and a new way of approaching its themes. Its new skills let you, among other things, cause...
Okay. Modifiers, fires, and also apply to maximum cold and lightning resistances. This is awesome. Huge. That is so cool. That is amazing. Modifiers to fire resistance also apply to cold and lightning resistances at 50% of their value. And you're unaffected by Ignite. So this is immune to Ignite. Okay, so these two basically just you can stack and really easily get to max res, all max res. It's all max res. So this is like a Forbidden Flesh, right? Transcendent Flesh, whichever one is, it gives you all the max skills, all the max res. Or no, you don't even need that. You can just use Purity of Fire. Yeah. Enemies you kill have 5% chance to explode. That's dumb. 5% chance is not enough. Maybe if it was 10%, but 5% is not enough. This is for totems. Maybe for totem builds, not sure. Non-unique jewels in large radius you transform to apply fire damage. Increases. Yeah, it's not that good. Trigger level 20 tau is chosen when you attack with a non-vol slam. This is pretty much the same, I think. Yeah. Let's see, this one. Okay, so yeah, so oh, whoa, wait, I thought I clicked that off. Oh, okay. All right, yeah, so these two are awesome. Valko's Storm Embrace and Tesalo's Cleansing Water are awesome. These are for resistances. This is for totems. Don't know if it's any good. Haven't really played totems. This one seems really not that good. It used to be Cleansing Water. Flame's Embrace. It used to be this. Is converted to fire and extra fire. And now it's just increased damage. If it would increase from other types, it changes to fire instead. Kind of meh. Forest Strength. How is Forest Strength? This is the same. And then this one, Tukahama's Warherald. Skills from equipped body armor are supported by Ancestral Call and Fist of War. This used to have anything? Oh, it used to be here. This used to be the totems. And then this was not. So they took away one of the totem things. Ancestral's Call and Fist of War. I'm not sure if that's any good. And then this one is a trap. This one is a trap because first of all, you're stationary. In this game, you hardly ever want to be stationary. The second thing is it's damage over time, so you're going to want to be doing probably Righteous Fire. But there are ways to get their their resistances below 0. So yeah, to get a negative. So this actually is probably never going to be used by most people unless they like really want to heavily not use those other skills. The trade-off might be worth it, but probably not. Probably not. Because getting negative resistances makes them take more damage. So, yeah. I'm not exactly sure how the resistances work. I would have to do a little more research on resistances to see if it's worth the increase in damage or the decrease in making them have negative resistances. Anyway. Let's continue.
Enemies to explode, turn off enemies' fire resistance while you're stationary, convert passive skills to apply to fire damage, and have your fire resistances apply to your cold and lightning resistances. I'll just give you a sec more to read.
Coolest ones.
All right, that's on the site for you to check out. It's pretty powerful now. To celebrate the release of the Trial of the Ancestors, we'll be hosting a boss kill event. To enter, create a hardcore solo self-found character in the Ancestor League.
Okay, don't care.
For the Ancestor
and supporter packs, I also don't care. Okay, so that's all that we're going to look at for ExileCon. We're gonna go over to the main site here and take a look at what they got for us. We're gonna visit the Korai Afterlife. So it's August 18th. It's available on PC, which gives us about a month and a half. Yeah, 18 days. Oh wait. Oh no, it's next month. Haha, 18 days. Okay. So, wow. Well, that's coming up fast. I hope they're coming out with patch notes soon. Fallen Chiefs, they usually come out about a week beforehand, so we'll probably get little spoilers here and there. I'm going to compete against these people. Okay, so it looks like there's going to be like different areas. Nice. Oh, it's Navali. Okay. Okay, cool. This all looks very cool. Okay, we'll get the silver coins. They're coming back. But instead we're going to be going to the afterlife. Basic team to enter the Trial of the Ancestors. In the battlefield configuration, your party will be able to compete alongside the warriors. Okay, so your party can compete too. So this is probably going to be much faster and better with party play. Party play is going to be able to go through this whole thing real quick and probably get some good rewards. So if you guys got some friends or you're looking for some more people to play with, let me know. Party play is going to make this much faster. Okay, so these are all the tattoos that they went over. These open up a lot more min-maxing possibilities, especially if you're converting your normal stats. So the first thing that came to mind was this speed, increased movement speed, replacing a small dexterity passive skill. So if we look at the tree here, usually these nodes on the side we're just using because it's faster than going through here. So it actually saves us a couple extra nodes. But now we actually can convert them. For speed, the first thing that came to mind was doing labyrinth runs. The second thing that came to mind was doing was just speeding through what do you call it? Heist. So you can just go super zoomy now. I mean, think about how much, because you also can get stats on your gear, right? So instead of getting your stats from the tree, you can get most of it from your gear, totally min-max to get the bare minimum that you need from your gear, and the rest you can pump in. You can have as many as, what, like 20 of these nodes, right, in your build. So imagine, having just an extra 40% movement speed. Right? Right? That's like a extra, that's almost an extra Quicksilver. Um yeah. So that's possibly gonna be pretty good. These omens, I'm not sure on. We'll see which are the other ones come out. They're kind of cool. I think they're gonna be kind of fun, but I think that these are going to be more like collectors items than anything. This Nakora's luck. I have excuse me, I have no idea if that's going to be any good or not. We shall see. It seems like it could be, but I'm not sure. Modifying the item in any way removes the ability to foresee. So that could be okay because you can do like just change. You can just change something else that you don't really care about, and then wait to slam it. Like you can use blessed orbs to change the prefixes, or not the prefixes instead of the affixes. Or what else can you do? Save your no, never mind. Oh, for amulets and stuff, you can do anointments. And this might be really good for I wonder if this works with the orbs. It might be really good for using the what do you call it? The orbs that make it so that you can combine the two items together. Or yeah, there's just a lot of uses for this. It's probably going to be pretty valuable. The unique items, the armor is the only thing that's kind of cool. This belt, I think, is going to be useless. Same with the amulet. There's too many things that are just better in that slot. And the belt is the random stuff. The downsides are too downside, and that it only changes every 5 seconds. So this is makes me interested in playing Sanctum because you can farm relics and sell them to other people doing Sanctum. You can just farm all of these and then farm unique ones too. Good. Yeah, this is the one that makes it the super explosion. Here's the actual things what it says. Increase explosive placement range in your maps. Expedition monsters in your map spawn with an additional 10% life missing. Number of explosives. Number of explosives 1. 10. Okay, so it actually makes them weaker too. Huh. That's pretty cool. Outside areas no longer corrupted. Craftable. Maven summons 1 to 3 additional bosses when witnessing map bosses modifiers. Yeah, okay. Went over those. Okay, so these are the support gems. They only have 2. Not the one I wanted to see. Yeah, returning projectiles is 70% less damage for returning projectile. What is the vicious? Oh, wait, I forgot. Yeah, okay. So this is the 70% less damage. So, and Vicious Projectiles is, or Venging Cascade is, no reduced damage. So if you have an attack, if you have a cast skill, this is good. If you have a casting skill, this is good. A spell, fine. But Venging Cascade is going to be better for anything that's an attack. Frigid Bond support, funny. We'll see if it's worth. Guardian, we went over that. We went over. And support. Okay, so let's take a look. Switch over to Path of Exile for a second. Ah. Okay, hold on. Okay, so let's take a look. This is uh this is what I was thinking for the war cry. So you use Red Blade banner with Echoes of Creation. And then in Echoes of Creation, you have a Second Wind, and probably 2 cries, and then Corrupting Blood, Corrupting Fever, whichever the gem is, right? Because check this out. Let's just, yeah, whatever. So it's with the if you have all of the nodes set up, I would use Berserker for sure. Just because of Warbringer. You get Rage, and so 10 rage for 5 power if you have less than 25 rage. So once you get to less than 25 rage, you have infinite power, so then you will gain infinite rage. And then you have all of these war cries doing the increased speed and cooldown and damage. And I'm not sure what attack skill I'm gonna use. I'm thinking about Bone Shatter, and then making it so that my Fizz is converted to Elemental. We'll see. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing for the defenses, but once you get it all set up with Corrupted Blood, then you're just sitting here. We'll be able to go through. Okay, whatever. Grand Promenade. We just want to fight some things. Okay, so I'll just be able to go like this, and they'll die, right? This, and then they'll die. So it'll be kind of yeah, I can just do that. I'm not going to need to stop. It's just going to be bam, bam. And with the Echoes of Creation, I'm just going to constantly be able to spam this. Boom, boom, right? Boom, 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 boom. Like you can almost constantly have one up. It's going to be almost a constant, yeah, nearly 100% uptime on the attack. And then, whenever I want to, I'm going to have that be able to be exerted. Right? So, what this means is that I'm not going to have to, for AoE damage, for killing lots of mobs, I'm just going to be able to do the war cries. And then for target damage, I can just sit there, bone shatter, bone shatter, bone shatter, bone shatter away. And if I need to get some more rage, right? So yeah, that's one idea I had. That's going to be the main idea. I don't think it's going to be my league starter. Mostly because you're going to have to get Echoes of Creation. So yeah, I don't think it's going to be too good on Leaguestart. But definitely want to make it this league. Definitely going to spend some time to make it. The second thing that I was really interested in is let's see. Because of this tattoo, I'm not sure. It really depends on what tattoos they come out with. This one, the reservation efficiency of skills, that is going to possibly make it so that aura stackers come back, like from aura stackers from Delirium League, because if you can get the equipment to give you the base you need for your stats, then you can make all of your small attribute passives give you 1% reservation efficiency skills, which is like 30, 40, right? Because they usually are going to be using they use voices anyway. So they because they use voices anyway, and they usually choose this ascendant, and then they'll use voices, and then they'll start just going. I'm not sure which ones they go to, but look, all these nodes, they're just going to be able to change because it's any small attribute passive. So it's all of these, not these, right? But any of the small attribute passives. So that's going to be what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and then they usually just like come out some way, probably actually up here, and then they go all the way. They'll go all the way around to like different nodes, right? Like this, and so they can just make all of these 1%. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23. So maybe not 40, maybe like 30-ish. And then they can just be running all the auras like they were before. Right? Because then they'll come here, and then they'll get the voices, and then they'll have the increased mana reservation efficiency nodes on there as well. And Yeah. So that might be cool. If that tattoo is not too crazy. The other thing that's kind of if it's not too rare. The other thing that's kind of cool, it's going to be valuable though. This is going to be something that people are going to be wanting to trade a lot of. So, this is going to be pretty interesting. Depending on which other ones they come out with. And then this small intelligence passives 1 to 7 lightning damage. I'm not sure if it's to spells or everything. I'm not sure. Because most of these are just lightning damage. So I'm just not certain. This is a weird one. Trigger level 20 summon Spirit of Ula on taking a savage hit. Probably useless. If they and this might be good too if you need to be balancing out resistances, or if you're fire res or righteous fire and you just want more fire res because you're maxing it out to get the life, could be worth it. Okay. But this is the only one I've really taken a look at and know which items I want to get. I'm gonna take Echoes of Creation. I might just League start this because it might be worth it. Because once you get the war cries, like if you can just walk through and war cry, war cry, war cry, war cry, war cry, it's gonna be Because if you can connect a couple war cries up to it, it might be just worth it. Just war cry, war cry, war cry, war cry. Oh, especially in the beginning, if you get if maybe in the beginning, especially if you use what is it? Not seismic. Yeah, infernal cry. Cause yeah. That might just be worth it. Because if you can just keep doing that again, right? Because then they kind of explode. Right? So they'll just be like boom, boom. Like it'll be a double thing. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I might do League starting on this. That might be boss. Because you can just, yeah, if you're just going through, boom, right? War cry, war cry, war cry. And then they die, they'll just automatically all just poof, poof, poof. Hmm. Pump up the fire damage at first and then switch to fizz. Make it, yeah. Because war cries also have another cool thing. So they have remove damaging ailments, which means you only really need to worry about uh, what is it? Freeze. Yeah, being chilled and frozen, which you can deal with when in other ways. What is it? It's freezing. Oh, and shock. Is shock considered a damaging ailment? Wait. Let me see. Non-damaging ailments. Okay. So bleeding is a damaging ailment. Bleeding, poison, ignite. Lightning, I'm not sure. Is it a damaging ailment or not? Okay, so I'm assuming that I would have to get shock, shock immunity, and freeze immunity, which is fine. There's a lot of ways to get that. The second thing is recover 15% of life when you use a war cry. So it's whenever you use a war cry. So like I'm losing life because I'm not losing rage, right? But then I gain life. And it's fast too. It's not like it's nearly instant. Yeah, here, attack me. Okay. 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 I recover my life. I want my life. That's just, yeah. That's just the life recovery. So it's pretty fast. I mean, you combine it with Enduring Cry, and it's just kind of ridiculous. So maybe I will League start this. It's not going to be quite as powerful until I get Echoes of Creation. And that drops from Shaper. And then I need to scale Fizz. I'm going to have to take a look at that support gem. Because I think they said it was that it will apply Corrupting Fever. Yeah, Corrupting Fever. Cost is 78 life. Oh, it'll automatically make it cost life when I do the shouts. So it'll spend a life, it'll do the shout, and then it'll do the physical damage per second. Yeah. And then it's cool too because I've got like these increased physical damage nodes actually pretty close by, and overwhelm physical damage reduction. Right? Damage over time, no. It's damage over time. Increased physical damage with skills that cost life. Right? More physical damage here. Physical damage over time multiplier and more life here. And then down here, that's attack physical damage. There's other physical damages. Increase physical damage. It's melee physical, but that's just straight physical. This is increased phys damage. Yeah. Part of life, the life wheel too. So I would get that. And I wouldn't need to get Tribal Fury because I would be doing all the damage. I would also be able to do this debilitate enemies for 1 second. So doing shout, and then if they don't take enough damage, increase rage here. So it seems like it might be viable for a league starter. Berserker. I'm very tempted. Ooh, we'll see. We'll see. If not, the other thing I was thinking is probably just a Spark Witch. Because some of those tattoos look bonkers for Spark Witch, and you can also change them into force stacking. But you can also do Spark Ascendants. They're okay. So yeah. But this is what I'm most excited about. I want to be playing the shouts. Oh wait, because I want to be hearing this. This is sound effects. Yeah. I want to be hearing this all the time. I want to hear that all the time, and then all the guys around me pop. That's what I want to hear. It's gonna be so awesome. I'm excited. So yeah, tattoos gonna be awesome. Omens we'll see. And it looks like the Forbidden Sanctum is going to be pretty cool too. I might make a character for Forbidden Sanctum specifically. It probably would not be this guy. It would probably one focused on speed and defense, movement, speed, and defensive. Since defense is now scale in the Sanctum, I think that would be pretty good. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's going to be all for today. A little bit of a short stream. Don't really have a lot to do. We're going to start doing some runs next time. With probably the Berserkers, seeing if that works out, and if not, Ascendant. Yeah, we're just gonna try doing some speed runs, seeing how fast we can do Act 1, 2, and 3. We'll get as far as we can on camera, and yeah, try to keep the tips and tricks coming in. If you like this content, please like, follow, and subscribe for more. And I hope y'all have a great week. Oh, and if you want to have more of a conversation, my Discord is in the description down below. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a good one, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.